us out, so let's play allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You are ready.
Karen Tynes? Here. Justin Brodsky?
Here.
Rob Parrish?
Still here.
Tim Parrish? Lita Drain?
Here. Any public comments related to agenda items? Nothing. Okay, number 5, review and approval of the minutes of the regular board meeting dated Thursday, March 11th. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
that.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, number 6. Township warrants for approval for payment tonight, April 13th, in the amount of $27,830.27.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Discussion, comments, questions? Okay. When you are ready, Joni?
Tim Parrish?
Yes.
Rob Parrish?
Yes.
Justin Fronsky?
Yes.
Karen Tynes?
Yes.
Lita Drain?
Yes. Motion carries. Number 7, road district warrants for approval tonight, April 13th, in the amount of $117,636.14. Get a motion, please.
Justin? I'll second.
Discussion, comments, questions?
Mike, why do you buy the Leadway parts from Massachusetts?
They're cheaper.
Is it they free freight or what?
What's
Do they,
that?
they ship them for free or what?
They do.
Okay. I'm just curious, it's a long way to ship.
Not always, some, most of the parts ship for free, but it's cheaper than buying it from the dealership here.
Yeah,
on the
Casey.
Yeah, on the south side. We've shopped them both.
Yeah, it just seemed weird that it was Massachusetts, I know there's dealers right
Actually,
there.
it's New Hampshire.
Right. That's it.
Weird.
Anything else? Roll call, please.
Rob Parrish?
Yes.
Karen Tynes?
Yes.
Justin Fronsky?
Yes.
Tim Parrish?
Yes.
Lita Drain?
Yes. Number 8, resolution 04132101, appointment of Kathy McAfee, I should know by now. Trustee of the Nunda Rural Fire Protection District for a 3-year term commencing with the first Monday in May 2021 through the first Monday in May 2024.
I'll make the motion.
Tim?
This is just a
Yeah.
I'll second. Oh.
No, motion.
Okay, Tim?
No?
And then Rob?
Hmm? Okay, when you're ready, roll call, please.
Karen Tynes?
Yes.
Justin Fronsky?
Yes.
Rob Parrish?
Yes.
Tim Parrish?
Yes.
Lita Drain?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Motion carries. Would you swear her in so she can?
Certainly.
How many years is this for you, Kathy?
As a trustee, it's 7, but with the department, 42.
Wow, that's great.
Long time.
Ready? I, Kathy
I can't be McAfee,
have been appointed to the office of trustee
have been appointed to the office of trustee
in the Nunda Rural Fire Protection District
in the Nunda Rural Fire Protection District
of Nunda Township
of Nunda Township
in McHenry
in
County.
McHenry County.
Aforesaid do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
or affirm that I will support
or affirm I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of trustee.
the duties of the office of trustee.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right, number 9, approval of the budget appropriation ordinance for fiscal year 21-22 for the town, GA, and cemetery fund.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Still, did you discussion? Any discussion?
Thought it was an outstanding workshop. I thought we did an outstanding job in trimming it down as far as we were comfortable with. I think we have farther to go, but we'll wait until capital improvements have been finished on the town hall to see what's left and abate what we can until we can abate no more. And at that point, hopefully, we've got the budget down to where it needs to be, that it's approved every year, and it's just based on the needs of the township and no excess. So I want to thank everybody for attending and working together and coming to an agreement.
I agree, it went really well.
I agree with that. I've got a question though, Rob. When you say needs-based and no access, I'm just curious, how would you define that? Like in your mind, when you say need-based, what does that mean?
How many hats do the people that live in Covered Bridge need from the road district? Because we just bought $882 worth
Of what?
of hats.
Yes.
The need based, or is that a want based?
You have some other examples? I mean, so you're saying a hat is not need-based, so
Well,
what is need-based? How do you determine?
we don't spend money like that at our tables like we do here. I think needs to be a little more oversight on the road district and the way the money is budgeted based on the upcoming needs of the year. Not carry a slush fund and spend it how you want it. We never should have had to buy the Shine property, but we had money, so we bought it. That was a lot of money. Thanks.
Anything else?
Again, as Karen and Rob both said, that budget workshop was outstanding, and the way we were able to trim some of the fat, but obviously we're holding a little bit more because of COVID and the uncertainty of what that all brings. Once we get through COVID and we can't use that as an excuse anymore, I think there's a little bit more we can do and still keep the health of the finances of the township in mind, but still not ask the taxpayer for. And I guess the next line item will approach the road district, because obviously Rob's been talking about it, and I'll wait for that. But I'm thankful that we all came together. We put our minds together. With Karen's experience and Rob and I, and Justin bringing what he brought, and Lita as well. I think we did a really good job. So that said, I celebrated.
Are you ready?
Rob Parrish,
Yes.
Karen Tinus,
Yes.
Justin Franski,
Yes.
Tim Parrish,
Yes.
Lita Drain,
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you. Number 10, approval of the budget and appropriation ordinance of fiscal 21-22 for all road and bridge funds.
So moved.
Second.
Tim,
Discussion?
I guess I'll be the first one to say it. It would be nice, Mike, with the incoming board, with Karen, with Rob, myself, and Johanna, if you would bring it next year when it's time to do this. Let's have a sit down. Maybe you come to the next budget meeting and we try to do the same thing for the taxpayers with your budget.
It's my job, not yours.
Okay? I'm put here by the taxpayers.
I'm not interested.
That's
I'll
fantastic.
keep doing my job.
That's great governance.
It is.
Okay.
That's the law.
Okay. Hide behind it.
I'm done.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
I would just acknowledge that there's listening to discussion from two people that I work with and respect both of them. And I would point out that there's really two ways to look at how to manage or how to govern, how to spend the money. And one way would be to not spend anything if it's not absolutely necessary, and another way would be to get the most work done that's possible given a reasonable budget. And I think you guys are on different sides of that coin, so I'm just acknowledging that. That's it.
Can you offer the same amount of services to the residents for less money? I believe 100% yes. I think that there's ability to trim that down a little bit. Unfortunately, you won't be here to work with us, but I imagine you'll still be in the room, and you'll have an opinion at that time too, which we will honor. So I think the services that can be done for less money. And no one will be shorted from it.
I guess all I'm asking for is an open mind. You know, I understand you can hide behind the law, but ultimately, show me somewhere in the private sector where you have a $3 million budget. You make all the decisions by yourself in a successful business. It's nice to have different opinions, and you have a very diverse board here, you know. Yeah, Rob and I have a focus with asphalt and construction, but you've got Karen with all of her experience in administration, you know, and Johanna brings a nice diverse skill set too, and just an open mind is all we ask. I'm not here to lock horns with you. I'm not here, you know, we're here because the taxpayers voted us in. I'm here just to make sure that the taxpayers' best interests are heard. Whether you listen, that's your call. That's it. Just an open mind, Mike.
I've always had an open mind until this election, and now I have no respect for you at all. Zero. So I'll do my job, and you do yours, and you leave me alone.
Okay.
We're done.
Well, I'll still be here at every
Thank you.
meeting. Okay, I'll still be here at every meeting.
Okay, good.
All right. Roll call when you're ready, Joni.
Rob Parrish,
Yes.
Karen Kainis,
Yes.
Justin Franski,
Yes.
Tim Parrish,
Yes.
Lita Drain,
Yes. Motion carries. Number 11, any new business? Nothing? Number 12, any old business?
I'll go. I don't know if this falls under new or old or anything else, but just following up on Rob's statement there, which I really appreciated. One of the reasons I voted for you is because you are an individual thinker over there, and you seem to have the taxpayers at the forefront of anything that happens here at the township. I would say to Mike that I certainly hope that this year and some of the years going forward here, that people that live in the municipalities and villages in the township here are no longer asked to subsidize the road projects for Nunda Township specific roads. As I think Rob had mentioned at a previous meeting, you know, there is no toll gate that goes up when you enter into the city of Crystal Lake, or you come to the city of McHenry and use the roads there. But continuing to, and I think probably this last year you didn't do it, I don't have the numbers here in front of me, but continuing to take money from the villages and municipalities as one of the only townships in the county that have done that, while the rest of the townships throughout the county, I believe every one of them has continued to expand the amount of money that's returned back to villages and municipalities. If I'm mistaken on saying all of them, I apologize. It's been a while since I looked at the numbers, but I believe when I did look at them, that we were the only township that actually reduced the amount of dollars reduced back to cities and municipalities from the road district. So as somebody that does live in a city that, you know, certainly travels township roads also, I just hope that you do the right thing and return the, you know, what's deemed. I haven't investigated it far enough. It's probably something that's going to happen, but what is the right amount to return? All I do is have history to go by, and I've done that throughout the county clerk's office and looked at the information. And since you've taken office, there's no denying that that amount of money that's returned to villages and municipalities has significantly diminished.
Where did that money go, smart guy?
smart guy. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Mike, one thing I want to remember.
All right,
even though
let's-
we are all
you know what,
elected-
let's-
Even though we are all elected officials here, I am a
Okay,
resident of
that's
this
enough.
township also, and I deserve to be
Where do I go?
respected. I talked to you 2 years ago about this, and you didn't do anything about it.
Okay,
You said
enough.
you're
All right,
open
all right,
and
enough.
all
accessible
right.
to that
This isn't
information.
arguments.
You
This
never
isn't,
did that.
this isn't public argument.
Well, there is no other time
It's
that
not-
you catch me talk to him, Scott, so I mean, if this is the form
You're not-
that it has to take, this is where I am, I don't appreciate being on
You
the
have,
camera
you
here.
have 3 minutes of
doing these
public
things.
comment, and you have your assessor comment. The old business
Well,
is
this
old
is a,
business.
this is a comment as a township
it's
resident.
not.
Even though I'm
It's-
an elected official, I
You have-
am a township resident. Every comment, and
Okay.
the
Stop!
It's at the wrong.
Stop! It's the wrong time.
Wrong time to.
Old business is for the board. Public comment is for the public. You
Well, I
can't just
apologize.
shout down people.
You're right, I apologize, I'm sorry. I thought we were at that point.
No, it
I'm
was
sorry.
old business,
I
and you
apologize.
said, I have old business, and the old business is for the board.
Right, I understand, I'm sorry, I
Okay.
apologize, sorry.
So to be clear, we have no old business.
Right.
Number 13, public comment, 3 minute per person.
Play the table, that's fine.
Number 14, reports by supervisor. I just wanted to thank Mike and all the trustees for the donations for the Easter egg hunt. It was great. I think the kids really enjoyed getting out there. And the candy and the monetary contributions were greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thanks for doing that, Lita.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks for being involved.
Thank my brother-in-law. Town clerk.
The town clerk continues to follow the attestation public day. That's all.
Mike, anything?
I will simply explain that 80% of the money that was removed from the general road and bridge fund, one time, 6 years ago, was given to the residents in the form of a tax refund or in the form of a tax reduction. Only 20% of that money got left in permanent hard road. 80% of whatever was reduced out of road and bridge went back to the residents. 20% of it went to permanent hard road. That's it.
Thanks. Mark?
Not good, I submitted my packet. I would just say if it's 20%, Mike, it's 20%. To me, every dollar counts. So when somebody comes up and talks to me and is crying about their tax bill in their hand or anything else, I take it very serious. I can't go out and certainly anybody has questions, I send them down to the road district or anything of that nature. But fiscally, as these things have unfolded and operated as long as I've been here, it's nothing to do but operate at, bare minimum. If you can look at the financials here at the end of the month, I think it's the end of this year that's reported on there right now, Lita, I'm not sure, but if it is, I think that's pretty much what you get to with need-based budgeting. I think I had about, on that paper, I think it showed about $60,000 extra from, this year's budget to on the start of this year's fiscal. To me, that's too much money. I'm gonna try to do a better job next year to reduce it down further, that's all I do each time, but, if somebody tells me I only took 20%, or I only took 10%, or it's only this much, or it's only that much, even though we use those kinds of words, only means a lot to a lot of people. This recovery that we're going through and the housing market changing and everything else like that, it doesn't fall on all types of, all people. So there's people that, are sucking it up to try to make it every month.
Thank you. Karen?
I'm good. I just wanted to tell Kathy congratulations and thank you for all your years of service.
Justin?
I will echo Karen. Thanks, Jackie. I like the new look in here.
Thank
Great
you.
paint.
We're getting there?
The wainscot. Doing good.
It's made a difference.
It's definitely better than it was, for
Yes.
sure.
We can put some advertising like the hockey boards?
No, not at all.
For what?
Bud Light in the corner over there, and Taco John's, and
Tim Hortons?
Rob?
thank everybody for coming to the budget meeting. Thanks to everybody for working so hard to get the abatement. It's unfortunate that we don't all play it nice together here, but some people have that type of personality.
Tim?
Kind of stole the words out of my mouth. I want to say I appreciate what you've done with supervisor's budget this time around. I want to say thanks to Mark for what he's done with the assessor's budget. It's, again, I said it last month, it's a great role model going forward, whether or not somebody respects me or not for the last election cycle when I didn't sit on any strategy meetings for that, nor do I approve things that were done. You know, that's something that maybe years down the road we can figure out. But again, great effort by our board, working together on half of our township, taking into account what's best for the taxpayer. So thanks to the supervisor's office, the assessor's office, and the trustees that work together to abate that $100,000. That's huge. It's a great step in the right direction.
Alrighty, thank you all. I'm sorry? Bill. Oh, I'm sorry, Bill. Got anything?
Nothing really happening at the cemetery board. We had another meeting this month. We're just getting up and running full speed, so looking forward to this summer. Trying to work on a few things, that's all.
Lee, I got one more. Are we supposed to adopt, and this is probably a question for Scott, adopt an ethics ordinance every year? Or is there one that's supposed to roll over, or are we,
What did you say, Rob? I
an
didn't-
ethics ordinance?
That actually was repealed.
Okay.
So if the board wants to adopt an ethics ordinance, you certainly can, but the statutory requirement isn't in place.
So does it divert back to the state statute then for ethics ordinance?
The state statute, we live in Illinois, so there isn't much for ethics for local officials. You can adopt your own ethics code if you want it, and you can certainly do that. So you would have authority to adopt an ethics ordinance if you wanted to. So
But by default, there isn't one behind it then, so the state one doesn't.
the state law, the gift ban act's in place, so that's there, but there's no true ethics ordinance about how to conduct ethical practices. The gift ban act is there, and so that, and there's a couple of other kind of shadowy things that aren't very specific that apply to state legislatures, that they say by implication applies to local governments, but they're not gonna come into play. I can get you kind of a sample if the board wants to see something. I mean, it won't take any effort.
I mean, I'll, if you tell me where to look, I'll look it up.
Well, I can just send you something.
That's fine. That'd be perfect.
Okay, motion to adjourn, please.
So moved. Who second?
Justin?
Justin?
Alright,
All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Adjourned, 7:54.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Kathy. Thanks, Joe.
Okay, probably in the next 2 weeks we'll be moving her to.
He's actually doing very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's been trapped in the house just like he has.
Well, they don't call it Bull Valley anymore, but they.
Freshman, Tuesday, I saw her after he died.
Yeah.